Holy shit. He said what?
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
I'm here to tell my truth and make a shit ton of money out of podcasting, as I don't have any discernible talent.
What do you guys do at home?
Who's filming this?
I'm gonna come.
It happened in seconds. Joe Coy walked on stage at the Golden Globes, smiled at a room full of Hollywood royalty,
I'm your host, Joe Coy.
and then dropped a bombshell.
I locked myself in a room and I started to binge watch everything.
The intention of the show was to share more of myself,
You keep saying Meghan Markle, you know I'm Sussex now.
to share tips that I love in my life.
When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
His target, Meghan Markle. And trust me, he didn't hold back. Imagine the tension. A-list actors frozen mid-sip of champagne, eyes darting like, did he really just say that?
While my family was out there clanking champagne glasses and I was watching.
This year, alongside her Netflix series, Meghan made her first move into online retail with As Ever.
Wow.
It's an evolution of her passion for lifestyle content, which dates back to the TIG.
Woof.
Meghan wouldn't share sales figures for As Ever,
What?
but so far, most of its inventory has quickly sold out.
Oh my God. I'm gonna come.
Oh, he did. He compared the Sussex saga to a dysfunctional soap opera, joked about their Netflix millions for doing absolutely nothing, and roasted Meghan as the human version of that friend who makes every conversation about themselves. It was savage, it was surgical, and the audience erupted because it wasn't just comedy, it was catharsis.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. And that's just by Netflix.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
For years, Meghan has tried to control her image with polished interviews, staged documentaries, and carefully curated lifestyle brand. But in a single moment, Joe stripped all of that away with a laugh. It was the punchline people had been waiting for. The kind of joke that says out loud what millions whisper behind closed doors.
Just a great series about a rich, white, dysfunctional family, all scheming. Oh no, that's The Crown. That's The Crown. I'm sorry. Her portrayal of the Queen was so good, Prince Harry called her for it and asked her for money.
And here's the wild part. This was only the opening shot. What came next turned into a worldwide roast so brutal, even Meghan's most loyal defenders couldn't spin it.
We didn't plan for everything selling out in under an hour. And so watching those metrics happen in real time, it's already sold out. Because I'm business-minded, I'm immediately going, okay, well,
How good, how embarrassing.
The moment Joe Coy leaned into the microphone, it was clear this wasn't going to be a safe, forgettable award show monologue. His first real swing landed squarely on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And it wasn't some throwaway jab, it was a full-on roast that set the tone for the night. He painted the royal couple as Hollywood's most privileged freeloaders, poking fun at the millions they've pocketed from Netflix for what he called the easiest job in the world, just existing.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
The line hit like a dart, and the audience roared because everyone knew exactly what he meant. The fallout from Joe Coy's jokes didn't end when the cameras cut away. It actually ignited a ripple through Hollywood. Within hours, celebrities were chiming in, and the gloves came off. Actress Alexandra Daddario cracked a sly remark during an interview.
Meghan Markle has ruined your workout regime. Is this true? If so, how?
Yes, she has.
Complaining that Meghan had turned her favorite yoga studio into a media circus.
Well, she came into New York last weekend and she went to a yoga place called Moto Yoga, which is my yoga place. It's where I always go. But now that she went there, everyone's going to want to go there. There's not going to be any room. It's going to be harder to get into.
It wasn't meant as a headline, but fans immediately caught the shade.
So now that it's more famous, I think Meghan Markle is, it's her big trip to New York. It's just going to be harder to get in.
Even fellow Hollywood insiders were tired of Meghan's presence. Late-night TV wasted no time piling on. Jimmy Fallon mocked Meghan's Netflix show, joking that it looked less like a lifestyle brand and more like a Pinterest board of reheated ideas.
What is the #1 question that mystifies scientists?
Is there life on another planet?
Oh no. Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags?
What?
this we're just gonna put into a different bag.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
It's another bag.
That confuses people.
Best way to have a snack is to take the snack out of one bag and then move them into another bag and then label this new bag, even though this bag already has a label on it. Tap water!
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Stephen Colbert got cheeky, riffing on Meghan and Harry's private nicknames, M and H, saying they sounded less like royals and more like a failed pop duo.
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H. What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorites.
I said H was H was out there. H has been, H is, and H called me with H, and H was out, and with H.
I'm gonna come.
But the sharpest blow came from Saturday Night Live. Their skit didn't just lampoon Harry and Meghan, it reduced them to caricatures, with exaggerated whining about privacy while simultaneously begging for attention.
Michael, we'd like to apologize. Unfortunately, William's hair was unable to make it this evening.
What stood out wasn't just the comedy, it was the sense that Hollywood had finally found permission to laugh at Meghan without fear. The royal shine had dulled, and suddenly the room felt comfortable turning mockery into mainstream entertainment.
Just shave it, Wills.
Okay, just shut up about the hair.
What hair? Oh, I'm sorry.
If Joe Coy lit the fuse, Nikki Glazer was the one who made the explosion unavoidable. Known for her fearless roasts and razor-edged delivery, Nikki didn't tiptoe around Meghan Markle. She went straight for the jugular.
We know what that means.
That's LA. She wants to be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world, and now she's over there and she's like...
During a stand-up set, she delivered a line that instantly went viral.
If she didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season. She would be Megan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She just got lucky.
The crowd erupted, half in shock, half in guilty agreement. It was the kind of joke that stripped away the glitz and left only an uncomfortable question. What exactly does Meghan bring to the table?
And this is sweet. Meghan Markle said she has a finger they can use if they need it.
Unlike Joe Coy's playful digs, Nikki's punchline landed with a different weight. It wasn't just comedy, it was commentary. She called out a harsh truth many have whispered, that Meghan's fame isn't built on artistry, talent, or groundbreaking work, but on proximity to a centuries-old institution. And that exposure of ordinary wrapped in extraordinary stung far more than any parody sketch could.
Hi, oh my God, it's been so long, Miss Meghan Markle.
The brilliance of Nikki's takedown was its simplicity. No long build-up, no complicated metaphor. Just a clean, brutal reminder that Meghan's entire Hollywood status hinges on a marriage, not merit. The crowd laughed, but the unease lingered. For Meghan's critics, it was validation. For her defenders, it was an uncomfortable reality they couldn't easily dismiss. And as Nikki left the stage, it was clear. This wasn't just a roast, it was a cultural gut check.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. But now I've actually heard their side of the story, I fucking hate them.
If America's comedians had their say, Britain was not going to stay silent. Across the Atlantic, satire shows sharpened their knives, and Meghan quickly became the centerpiece of relentless parody. Spitting Image, the legendary puppet show, portrayed Meghan and Harry as pampered caricatures, lounging in luxury while complaining about their hardships.
So Pads, tell me, everyone knows you're the bear who likes to share. What's the secret to your eternal personal glow?
Well, Harry, I'm glad you asked me that. As you know, I'm a huge fan of South American product.
Is it Colombian?
No, 100% Peruvian, biodynamic, organic, catastrophic,
Yes, I've tried it, and the results were incredible.
Meghan's puppet version fussed over designer outfits and social media clout.
If I'm going to succeed in America, I need a lifestyle brand of creams and supplements. Gwyneth Paltrow has Goop, Kourtney Kardashian has Poosh, and Jamie Lee Curtis has Poogert. Now I've got mine, Meg Goo, celebrating the sexy earth goddess in all of us.
While Harry's figure stumbled around, confused about his role outside the palace.
All right, I've finished my clippy. Where it says signature, do I put the royal seal?
That's not necessary, Mr. of Wales. I see here that your previous career was in realty.
Royalty, but it wasn't a career. My wife's got a Netflix empire. Who doesn't?
It was biting, exaggerated, and instantly viral across British media. Meanwhile, American satire took things to another level with South Park. Their infamous episode, The Worldwide Privacy Tour, became a cultural moment of its own.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Meghan and Harry were depicted marching around with protest signs demanding privacy, while simultaneously jumping in front of cameras at every opportunity. The hypocrisy was turned into a running gag so sharp that clips spread worldwide within hours. Viewers weren't just laughing, they were nodding.
What about television? Do you have a Netflix account?
Yeah, it's got about $9 million in it.
Mamalado!
For many, the episode articulated a frustration they couldn't quite put into words, the contradiction of shunning the spotlight while monetizing it at full speed. Together, Spitting Image and South Park accomplished something rare. They turned Meghan and Harry from controversial figures into universal punchlines.
Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim. Yeah, that's totally me.
And unlike a fleeting joke at an award show, satire sticks. It shapes perception, rewires reputations, and leaves scars that don't heal easily. By the time these episodes aired, it wasn't just comedians leading the charge. It was pop culture itself, declaring open season on the Sussex brand. By the time stand-up legends weighed in, Meghan Markle had become less of a royal figure and more of a cultural punchline.
Everybody trying to be a victim. Like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a nice lady, just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light-skin lottery?
Chris Rock didn't waste time when he got his shot. On stage, he dismissed Meghan's infamous claim of being shocked by royal racism with a savage analogy.
And still going on complaining, acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were.
That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and acting surprised they drink beer. The audience roared, not just because it was funny, but because it called out the absurdity of her carefully curated innocence.
The f is she talking about? I didn't know. That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot.
British comic Simon Brodkin, notorious for skewering powerful figures, took aim at the couple's Netflix documentary. He mocked its polished drone shots and overly dramatic retellings, branding it less as a documentary and more as a reality show about privileged people searching for grievances.
They were complaining that to pay for their own security. They were not happy about that. Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things. After 6 episodes, I wanted to attack them.
As the jokes snowballed, the media amplified every punchline, turning comedy into a cultural verdict. Tabloids splashed Joe Coy's lines across their front pages, while talk shows replayed Nikki Glazer's brutal roast on loop. Headlines didn't frame Meghan as the victim of cruel humor. They framed her as the cause of it, and that's when the public piled on. Comment sections, Twitter threads, and TikTok clips lit up with users echoing the same sentiment. Meghan had finally been unmasked.
I said Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job. The card he's playing is, I'm a victim, and you go, no, you're not a f***ing victim.
For years, her narrative of being silenced and mistreated had dominated headlines, but the sheer joy with which audiences embraced these roasts revealed something bigger, a collective fatigue. People were no longer buying the polished interviews or Netflix confessions. They were laughing instead, because laughter felt truer than the scripted sob stories. Even mainstream outlets that once defended Meghan began shifting tone.
I mean this sincerely, Prince Harry and Meghan, we don't give a America don't give a about you. We don't.
Journalists noted how quickly comedians dismantled her image, raising questions about whether she had overplayed her hand in the public arena. In a space where perception is everything, losing the ability to control the punchline meant losing control of the brand. And perhaps the most brutal twist, Meghan's silence. As wave after wave of ridicule flooded in, she and Harry chose not to respond. But in Hollywood, silence doesn't protect you, it amplifies the mockery. By staying quiet, Meghan wasn't dodging the roast, she was letting it define her.
Opportunity is everything.
What made this cultural roast different from the scandals of the past was its staying power. Normally, a celebrity joke trends for a weekend, then disappears into the news cycle. But with Meghan and Harry, the comedy didn't fade. It snowballed. Late-night bits turned into memes. Memes evolved into TikTok trends. And soon the couple wasn't just being joked about. They were being branded as a punchline. For a pair who built their empire on image, that shift was catastrophic. Corporate insiders began whispering about the Sussex fatigue effect. Streaming platforms and publishers reportedly questioned whether projects tied to Meghan and Harry would actually hold an audience's attention. If people were laughing at them rather than tuning in for them, the financial incentive evaporated. Even endorsements and charity appearances seemed to carry less shine, overshadowed by viral clips of comedians ripping into them.
Chido, listen to this. Meghan Markle to join the 11th season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ugh, so thirsty for any kind of attention. I would die before I would be on her reality show.
Worse still, the mockery chipped away at the very thing Meghan and Harry had tried to sell, authenticity. When audiences start to see you as phony, no PR campaign can fully repair the damage. In comedy, there's an unspoken rule. Jokes work because they contain a grain of truth. And the more comedians hammered at their contradictions, the more those truths stuck in the public's mind.
What the f*** is going on with Harry?
How dare you?
I'll say whatever I want.
You're in my house now.
You want a piece of me?
I will you up, girly.
The focus is starting to shift off of me.
By the end of this roast cycle, Meghan and Harry weren't just controversial figures anymore. They were symbols of hypocrisy, cemented in pop culture not as victims, but as the butt of the joke. So here we are. The night Joe Coy fired the opening shot turned into a cultural storm that Meghan Markle could never have predicted. One monologue at the Golden Globes cracked the dam, and suddenly, every comedian, every late-night host, every satirical show piled on. From Nikki Glazer's ruthless barista line, to South Park's devastating parody, to Chris Rock and Bill Maher pulling no punches, Meghan and Harry went from royalty to ridicule almost overnight. And the most shocking part, the world didn't just laugh, they agreed.
Meghan is living a life that she's winning and she's doing all these great things, but the reality is not that. The reality is she's a joke. It's embarrassing at this point. It's like, oh my gosh, for real, Meghan, you did that? You're gonna keep doing this? I mean, wow.
What this global roast proved is simple. Once the public stops taking you seriously, your brand is no longer in your control. For Meghan and Harry, the carefully crafted image of misunderstood victims has been ripped apart, replaced with a permanent label, punchline. And in Hollywood, nothing kills faster than becoming the joke. But this wasn't an isolated moment. Comedy has been circling Meghan for years, and Joe Coy's bombshell was just the latest and loudest chapter. If you really want to see how deep this goes, you have to check out our previous breakdown. Chris Rock hilariously destroys Meghan Markle on his Netflix special. That video uncovers the brutal jokes that left Meghan squirming long before the Golden Globe spotlight. This is Star Spotlight, where we reveal the untold truths behind the headlines and the moments Hollywood can't stop talking about. Hit subscribe and buckle up because the next story is already unfolding.